Pavblu, aflibercept injection. This new drug is used for the treatment of macular degeneration, macular edema following retinal vein occlusion, diabetic macular edema, and diabetic retinopathy. Pavblu is a vascular endothelial growth factor inhibitor, biosimilar to EDA, indicated for treatment of patients with neovascular, age-related macular degeneration, macular edema following retinal vein occlusion, diabetic macular edema, and diabetic retinopathy. Now coming to the next drug, Lazcluze. Lazcluze is lasertinib tablets. It is used for Lazcluze or lasertinib is used for the treatment of non-small cell lung cancer. Lazcluze or lasertinib is a kinase inhibitor used in combination with amivantamab for the treatment of certain patients with epidermal growth factor receptor mutated non-small cell lung cancer. So lagertinib is used for the treatment of non-small cell lung cancer. It is a kinase inhibitor. It is used in the combination with amivantamab for treatment of certain patients with epidermal growth factor receptor mutated non-small cell lung cancer. Then Niktimvo. Niktimvo is axatilimab. Axatilimab. So this Niktimvo, that is axatilimab, is used for treatment of graft versus host disease, GVHD. Niktimvo, that is axatilimab, is a colony stimulating factor 1 receptor. Axatilimab CSFR, that is colony stimulating factor 1 receptor. CSF1R, blocking antibody used for the treatment of chronic graft versus host disease. So axatilimab is used for the treatment of chronic graft versus host disease. Then Livdelzi or seladelpar. Livdelzi or seladelpar is used for the treatment of primary biliary cholangitis. Primary biliary cholangitis. Seladelpar is a selective peroxisome proliferator activated receptor delta, that is PPAR delta agonist, used for the treatment of primary biliary cholangitis. Livdelzi is used for the treatment of primary biliary cholangitis. Livdelzi or seladelpar is a selective peroxisome proliferator activated receptor delta PPAR delta agonist used in the treatment of primary biliary cholangitis. Nemluvio, that is nemolizumab. Nemolizumab is used for the treatment of prurigo nodularis. Nemolizumab is used for the treatment of prurigo nodularis. Nemolizumab is an interleukin 31 receptor antagonist indicated for the treatment of adults with prurigo nodularis. Nefi, that is epinephrine nasal spray. It is used for treatment of anaphylaxis. Intranasal epinephrine formulation for emergency treatment of allergic reactions type 1, including anaphylaxis, for adults and children more than 30 kg. Enzinvo, that is aflibercept injection. Enzinvo aflibercept injection is used for treatment of macular degeneration. It is a vascular endothelial growth factor inhibitor, biosimilar to ELIA, indicated for the treatment of patients with neovascular, that is wet, age-related macular degeneration. Yorvipath, treatment of hypoparathyroidism. Yorvipath, also called as pallopectiriparaptide. Pallopectiriparaptide is a parathyroid hormone analog, PTH1 to 34, indicated in the treatment of hypoparathyroidism in adults. Zurnai, that is nalmefene hydrochloride injection, is used for treatment of opioid overdose. Nalmefene hydrochloride is an opioid antagonist auto-injector used for emergency treatment of known or suspected opioid overdose. Limfir, that is Denileukin diphthitox CXDL, is an IL-2 receptor directed cytotoxin indicated for the treatment of adult patients with relapsed or refractory stage 1 to 3 cutaneous T-cell lymphoma after at least one prior systemic therapy. So, Limfir, that is Denileukin diphthitox CXDL, is used in the treatment of cutaneous T-cell lymphoma. Crexont. What is Crexont? It is carbidopa levodopa extended release capsule for the treatment of Parkinson disease. Voranigo, that is vorasidenib tablets, used for treatment of malignant glioma. Vorasidenib is an isocitrate dehydrogenase 1 and isocitrate dehydrogenase 2 inhibitor for treatment of grade 2 IDH mutant glioma. So, Voranigo is used for treatment of malignant glioma. Vorasidenib is an isocitrate dehydrogenase 1 and isocitrate dehydrogenase 2 inhibitor for the treatment of grade 2 IDH mutant glioma. Tecelra. Tecelra is used for the treatment of synovial sarcoma. Tecelra is a melanoma-associated antigen A4, MAGE-A4, directed genetically modified autologous T-cell immunotherapy used for treatment of adults with unresectable or metastatic synovial sarcoma. Tecelra is a melanoma-associated antigen A4, MAGE-A4, directed genetically modified autologous T-cell immunotherapy used for treatment of adults with unresectable or metastatic synovial sarcoma. Arzofree, that is paliperidone palmitate, is a atypical antipsychotic used for treatment of schizophrenia and schizoaffective disorder. Arzofree, that is paliperidone palmitate, is an atypical antipsychotic used for treatment of schizophrenia and schizoaffective disorder. Zunveil. Zunveil is used for treatment of Alzheimer's disease. Zunveil is acetylcholinesterase inhibitor indicated for treatment of mild to moderate dementia of Alzheimer's type 1 adults. Lexelvi. That is duroxyletinib, is a Janus kinase inhibitor, ZAK inhibitor, indicated for treatment of adults with severe alopecia areata. Femliv. Femliv is used for treatment of birth control, ethinyl estradiol and norethindrone acetate, orally disintegrating tablet formulation of an approved estrogen and progesterone combination, indicated for use by females of reproductive potential to prevent pregnancy. Epsicly is a complement inhibitor biosimilar to Soliris for treatment of paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria, that is PNH, and atypical hemolytic uremic syndrome. Kisunla. Kisunla is donanemab injection. It is used for treatment of Alzheimer's disease. Kisunla, donanemab AZBT, is an amyloid beta-directed antibody indicated for the treatment of early symptomatic Alzheimer's disease. Pige-Siva injection. Treatment of plaque psoriasis, psoriatic arthritis, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis. Is a human interleukin 12 and 23 antagonist biosimilar to Stelara used for treatment of plaque psoriasis, psoriatic arthritis, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis.